Okaeri nasai minasan. Today we're gonna talk about the first episode of Bakuage Sentai Boonboomger. So really fun first episode. I really love the fact that they maintain the goofiness, the silliness of the Sentai series, and it is just amazing. Even just from the first scene alone, man, like the I think this is a really classic Japanese meme moment that a lot of people don't really appreciate, which is the quick cut or like, what is happening? And there's, I think there's this anime called Horimiya that actually have a similar scene as well. Like there's like just different character. That is like one of the most funniest scene, and I just love that scene so much. And they actually recreate it in this first episode, like the Red Ranger just enter the church, takes away the bride and leave, doesn't even say anything at all. I think it is really fantastic just how they introduce the Red Ranger, how crazy of a person he is, and it also kind of like help us to get introduced to the Pink Ranger itself. And for those who never actually watch the trailer, never pay attention to the trailer and all those stuff, you might be surprised like, wow, so the bride turns out to be the Pink Ranger and all those stuff. But everyone already know that she is the Pink Ranger, so nothing surprised there. But I really love how they chooses the Pink Ranger as the introductory character for the audience to enter the war together with, because if they chooses like the Red Ranger, it's gonna be a little bit cliche and overdone in a sense, and I don't really love it when they uses the strongest character, supposedly the strongest character, as the introductory character to the story itself, unless it actually makes sense. Okay, in Osama Sentai, the way they introduce Gira to be the Red Ranger seems more plausible and more understandable, because the Rangers and the system of the Rangers in the war are widely known for the rest of the war already. Okay, so it's like it's not kind of like a secret thing and all the stuff. But for most of the Super Sentai series, like the Rangers and how they work and all the stuff are kind of like a big secret. So having the Pink Ranger being the one that introduced us to the war itself is actually way more how do I say, more fun and more flexible. It doesn't have to be kind of like very responsibility heavy like episode, like, hey, you need to do this, you are using the red color, you're supposed to be our leader and all that stuff, and then the Blue Ranger is gonna be like, I'm not gonna respect you, I'm not gonna call you our leader and all that stuff. But something similar is gonna happen between the Blue and the Pink in the second episode, so let's talk about that later. Okay, but right now let us focus on the first episode. So we also learned that the Red Ranger is actually kind of like a delivery man, the delivery guy or something like that. So his job is to deliver thing from A to B. It's as simple as that. Okay, so the bride, which is the Pink Ranger, turns out to be the client and all the stuff. The not the client, the item that he needs to deliver from point A to point B, okay, by the client's boyfriend, something like that. So really interesting stuff that we actually get to see. But another really interesting thing that I love in this episode, but at the same time which I also find it really funny, is the fact that Boom Boom, the robot that is actually talking, is they actually uses the same voice actress as Ash Ketchum in Pokemon itself. So every single time when I heard of Boom Boom speaking, I was just like, damn, I can't. It's like Ash never left us, man. Like, it's like Ash Ketchum Satoshi never left us, and his voice just rings in my ears throughout this entire episode. As like even when the Rangers henshin like boom 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 boom, it's like all of the sound effect is all voice acted by her, man. That is amazing. I really love it, and I think this is definitely a benefit for the voice actress of Ash, of Satoshi, for leaving the Pokemon franchise and allowing her wings to spread a little bit, and that is just fantastic, man. Like we actually get to hear her voice in more places. And for those who do not know, the voice actress of Ash Ketchum actually sang the opening song of Kamen Rider Ryuki as well. So she is not a new face or a new talent in the Tokusatsu franchise, and now we actually get to hear her voice again in a Super Sentai series. So that is really subarashi and really amazing. Okay, so all these things I love about the good guys, and I also love the suit, man. Like the mecha suit is amazing. It is the design is very simplistic, very easy to follow. It's not way too bulky, just like the King Ogre, and it still looks manageable right now, okay? But things are gonna change really quickly. We know how it is with Super Sentais with their mecha. It's just they are just gonna get bigger and bulkier with every iteration. So right now it still looks fine, it still looks manageable, which I really like. But let me talk about the villain right now, okay? The Hashirien, I'm just gonna call it the Hashirien, okay? Easier for me to say their name, okay? I cannot really say their Hashirien all the time. I just gonna call it Hashirien, okay? Got it? Cool. Let me just talk about them, okay? So the interesting thing about the villain here is the fact that they don't even know what the hell they are doing, man. Like I think that is like really funny. So they has the ability to change anything they want into a monster. They can just use kind of like a key ignition, change it into a monster. So I think that is how we are gonna get a lot of monster of the week, and this is gonna be really goofy because in this first episode we get to see wedding dress, and we get to see a bunch of people wearing wedding dress lying all over the floor. Just imagine if the villain uses the key on a pasta, and then he's the monster is just gonna throw pasta to everyone to eat. It's like everything you eat became pasta, something like that. That is also gonna be so fun and so stupid. And I think just they're just not taking themselves seriously, because every single thing in this episode I feel like it's just gag, man. Like it's just full on trolling, full on goofiness, because like even the fuel that they actually said that the villain used to collect, the gasoline is like it's a wordplay of gasoline, but like they change it into gasoline, something like that. So it is really dumb. Like even like the little minion that they summon called the Nejileta, something like that, is a word of play of a liter of nails, something like that. So it's like that is really kind of like dumb and fun at the same time. But one thing regarding the villain, like I said, is the dumb thing about them is what makes them so attractive for me, because they themselves don't even know what is going on. They do not know why Yellow Kara is like Yellow Car actually become like so crazy, and he actually went and ate up all the gear power and sent him into the Mario Kart Rainbow Road. It's like it's just he himself doesn't even know why do that even happen itself. Like he just lose control, and he just like when he goes back to the real world, he just loses control and all those stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe there is gonna be a leader of the Hashirien that we haven't met yet, because right now these three that we got introduced, the three villain, looks kind of like a Three Stooges to the villain squad rather than the real villain that we're gonna face at the end of the day. But then again, they're still really fun, okay? I think having the villain to be part of the comedy is definitely gonna be really, really fun itself. Maybe they're gonna become kind of like a Team Rocket thing in the Super Sentai series. Is they're gonna be the Team Rocket of Boom Boom. So yeah, I think that is gonna be really fun, really amazing. But the interesting thing is that these how do I actually call them, the Hashiriens, never actually heard of the Boonboomger itself, or they never met. If they knew Boom Boom, they would have known, they would have like reacted when they saw the mecha itself. But we never actually get to see kind of like a reaction shot from the villain itself. So I might be thinking it might actually cause, but okay, why am I talking about this? Is because Boom Boom knows about the Hashirien, and Boom Boom actually warns the Rangers that the Hashirien is gonna come and all the stuff. So maybe there is a huge possibility that the Boom Boom knows about another division of the Hashirien itself, because the Hashirien, when the Hashirien first appear, like they say, like, we have arrived on this earth and it is our time to, like, you know, spread our wings, we want to take over the world and all the stuff. It doesn't mean that they are the only one that is out there plunging war on other worlds, something like that. So maybe we are actually gonna see like different like division, and that is how we are gonna get to introduction to different and more like better villains, something like that in the future. I'm not sure how things are gonna go, but overall this first episode is fantastic. The CG is not overly, they don't have heavily rely on the CG, which I really love, and I just love the fact that we are no longer in the CG hellhole for just like the past 1 year, man. Like we are finally back in the real world, and that is definitely a really refreshing take on the series. Is it gonna be lit? So far the first episode is telling me yes, it is gonna be lit, okay? But we just have to wait and see up until maybe, like, give it a month, okay? Like maybe like up until episode 10. Let's see where the story goes. How serious is it gonna be, or is it just gonna be a continuous goofy series? If that is the case, I am still all good with it, okay? So with that being said, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy what you see. And if you made it this far into the video, you know what to do. Comment this word right now that I'm about to say in the comment section below, so that you can let other people know you actually finished the video. And the word is fan, F-A-N, okay? Why fan? Because when you get hot, you need a fan to cool yourself down, even though it also creates a little bit of noise pollution for the people that doesn't desire it. But it is what it is. Goodbye, sayonara. See you guys in the next one.